How you going everyone, it's Gibbs here. I hope you're all doing well. Today, I'm going to show you how to make your bike faster. Now, we are changing the gear ratio, so there are going to be pros and cons, but we'll get to that later. First, we're going to need a bike. We got a bike. Righto, so what we have here is a 2016 20-inch Haro Shredder BMX. Now it is 100% high tensile, it does only have one-piece cranks and single wheel rims. However, we do get a top load stem, a 25:9 drive ratio, which is great for skate park riding, especially dropping in. You're not going to risk damaging your chain or your sprocket. And all round, a pretty solid bike. Now this only cost me 29 bucks, however on the way to pick it up, I found these more aggressive tires and they were only 2 bucks. So all up, this bike, 31 bucks. So we're going to crack on with the speed test. I've got a speedometer app on my phone, which I'm not too sure how accurate it is, but it will give us an average reading on how fast we can get this bike, and that is going to set our benchmark. However, before I do my run, I'm going to inflate the tyres to 50 psi front and back, make sure the hubs are free but not too loose, and we've got some oil on the chain. So the GoPro's running, and I'm just going to give it the berries. Well, for as long as I can. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Shit. The seat just moved. There we go. Much better. Alright, I'm gonna take a break now. Catch my breath, and then we're gonna do some more speed tests. Hold on. Alright, now take a break. See, with a ratio like 25:9, if you're on flat, you're just going to be going and going and going. Just give me a minute. Alright, I'm bored. Let's go. Well, good thing this isn't a horse. So the results kind of shocked me. On that loop, we managed to get up to a maximum speed of 29 kilometers per hour. And honestly, that's a pretty good result. Now before you change your sprocket, keep in mind, it is a bit more of a workout, but it will allow you to increase that top end speed. That being said, if you go off-road often, whether it be the track, hitting the trails, you might want to keep your lower gear ratio. You have a lot of elevation. Also, if you ride in areas with a lot of hills, keep that in mind. You might want to have a lower gear ratio. Now I do plan on making a BMX designed for the hills, so stay tuned for that. However, this bike's purpose is getting from A to B on the road. So let's go ahead and swap that sprocket. Righto, for this we're going to need a chain breaker. We're going to need our sprocket. For this I'm going to be upgrading from a 25 to a 28. These are links left over from a brand new chain, so hopefully they will work. Going to need a crescent wrench to take our crank off, pedal tool, get rid of our pedal so we can remove our crank, a rag, and some grease so we can re-grease our crank bearing while we are at it. Also a beefy flathead screwdriver and a hammer. So we're going to get our pedal tool, the non-drive side pedal, and honestly you could just use a small enough crescent wrench to get this off. You don't really need a pedal tool. However, with some you do. So we're going to go ahead and undo this clockwise. So it is opposite to how most threads work. However, that did come off quite easily. If it doesn't come off so well, just get some WD-40, spray it around, and it should come off easy enough. Once again, we've got the weird thread on this side, so clockwise is going to be loosening it up. This washer, now this is really important. You want to keep that. As you can tell, it's got that little part that sticks out. That goes between your outer nut and your cone nut, so you can tighten this nut without your cone nut tightening, which would result in crushing your bearings. So be sure to keep a hold of that and make sure that that part is in good condition. No grease in there, you can tell. There's some grease in there, but there's definitely going to be a re-grease job. So this is when we get our rag. Right, now this nut here is the complete opposite, so we're going to do it counterclockwise, and that is going to loosen it. So here we have the old sprocket, and here we have the new one. This is 25, this is 28. Now let's go ahead and compare the size. As you can tell, it is quite a bit bigger, meaning we should go quite a bit faster. So let's put it on. So putting it back together is just a reverse of taking it apart. Just be sure to remember your grease, and to make sure everything's tight and secure. Now in some cases, you might just be able to move your wheel forward and not need to add any links. However, in my case, yeah, we're gonna need some links. So let's do it. Alright, so the links work. However, I'm not gonna need all of this. I'll probably just need one. Righto, we've finished fitting the sprocket, the bike's back together, tight, and it's almost ready to ride. However, you don't wanna be taking your bike on an adventure, get there, go to ride it, and it just falls apart. In most cases, on your first ride after your rebuild, something is bound to come loose. So I recommend you give it a test ride, whether it be around the garage, around your property, or even around your neighborhood. Give it a good solid ride and make sure it is tight. So I gave the bike a quick spin, and as you can tell, it looks pretty good. So we've seen how fast it can go with a 25T sprocket. Now let's see how fast it can go with a 28. Righto, the sprocket is installed, and we're gonna see if we can beat our previous record. So let's do it. Righto, weather's a lot better than yesterday. Got the app going. Let's do this. Let's go. Now, that was still a workout, trying to go as fast as I can. So I'm finding it a lot easier to keep it at that top end speed. Definitely not as worn out as I was when I had the 25. See if we can go any faster. Oh, that's my workout for the week. I'm done. So that was our run with the 28 teeth. Let's see if we beat our record. Righto, as you can tell, the results are pretty impressive. We managed to go from 29 to over 40 kilometers per hour with a single upgrade. If you have any decent simple upgrades, be sure to drop them in the comments below and share them with the rest of the viewers. Anyway, did hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to drop a like and click subscribe, because that really helps the channel out. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the countryside. I'm Gibbs, signing out. Peace.
Fuck Pokemon. Man, fuck you, bruh. Fuck Pokemon. Man, fuck you, bruh. I don't care about no Pokemon. My moms don't care about no Pokemon. Don't nobody give a fuck about no Pikachu. I'ma keep it real with you. Fuck Pokemon. Man, fuck you, bruh.